This is the view from my front deck. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that ocean, especially today, even though it's not a sunny day. Look how beautiful it is, beautiful and calm. We've lived here in this house for way over 20 years now, and the amount of times that I've actually been able to sit out here and enjoy this view, I could count on one hand. Now you're wondering, why is she posting that when she always just talks about dogs? Well, here comes the dog-related part. So many years ago, we had a home invasion, and I actually ran into the fellow who was in my home. Absolutely terrifying. So we decided that we would need a big dog. We got a Curly Coat Retriever. No, not really well known for their guarding duties, but we just thought a big black dog would be a bit of a deterrent. So we got him, and I used to say all the time, oh my gosh, it's almost like he knows that we got him to protect us. And of course he did, because my emotions at the time were those of absolute fear, anxiety. I was really traumatized by what had happened to us. There was no way you were getting in our house without possibly being bitten by my dog, Harley. Loved him to death, Harley his name was, and he was such a protector. Now, way back then, I had not a good association with this front deck, because that's where the fellow left from and just turned around and gave me a very snide, kind of sneery smile. So that's kind of etched in my memory. So I was probably projecting some sort of feelings about sitting out here. So Harley would literally bark and never stop if I was sitting out here and people walked past the house. Then a fellow moved in next door, and he had a Doberman, and he insisted on leaving the dog out the front when he was with the dog out the front without a leash on, and it was quite clear that the Doberman was not particularly fond of my dog Harley. 2 intact males. It can work out, but it wasn't going to. And he insisted that they should probably sort it out, as in have a fight. So he would not put his dog away when I asked. So I'd literally have to be like, come up the hill towards home, see that that dog was out, go all the way around the block, leave my dog somewhere else, and then come and ask him to put his dog away and stand there until he would, and then bring my dog home. So you can imagine that makes me feel a certain kind of way. And possibly I still feel that way about out the front. Definitely did still feel that way about the front after Harley passed and we brought Keita home. So Keita actually barks the same way that Harley did the whole time I'm out the front if people are walking up and down the street. She's actually sleeping here right now peacefully, just to make a liar of me. No, it's because there's actually little to no activity going on in the street at all. She will bark if someone walks out their front door 5 doors down, but it's a Sunday and it's nice and quiet, as you can probably hear. And she's always been like that as well since I first got her, and I used to think she was kind of being territorial maybe, and then I learned more about dogs and about how they can feel and their emotions and their reactions to us. And you know, I tried everything positive reinforcement training when I first started doing that, and that kind of didn't work. Now it's now I recognize where it's all coming from, and I know it's her reaction to my emotions about sitting out here at the front. Yes, I would love to sit out here, do lots of things out here, read a book, do some work, but it's really not worth me setting up because she will start to bark. So there's that as well, me knowing that that's probably going to happen. So my already heightened nervous system, thinking that's going to happen anyway. I kind of feel a way about the neighbours not liking it when she barks at them as they walk past as well. All these emotions welling up in me, and she probably got a good dose of them when I was when she first came to me, which wasn't, you know, it was a few years after Harley, but I hadn't had a dog since, and I was still sort of recalling all those emotions from back then as well. The reason I know that it's me that she is picking up feelings from is that she can be home with anyone else here and me not be home and she doesn't bark. I know that when I go out, she sits out here on the front deck and never barks at anyone. And so, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? It's just all about me and the emotions that maybe I did have, or maybe emotions I still have. So the point that I'm bringing up here is, if you've got a reactive dog or a dog who barks a lot at home, have a think about what you are feeling. Have a deep dive into your emotional being at the time, and you may find some interesting answers. So there's a challenge for you. Have a think and let me know. I'm really keen to know if anyone else is experiencing this. Okay, happy Sunday. Bye.